Here we are, and welcome back to the channel. And we're at Road Atlanta, and this is the first RTR league race of the season. GR4 cars, we're all in the Ford Mustang, and racing soft tyres and racing medium mandatory. And I think it's times 2 tyre wet and times 3 for the fuel, or the other way around. I can't remember now. But anyway, this is my qualifying lap. As you go across, racing soft tyres, just come out of the pits, some fresh set of soft tyres. Currently in P4 with 2 minutes to go. It's a 35 lap race, so it's quite a long race. I think it ended up being around 50 minutes long. We've got some really fast guys here. You know, we've got Kevin currently in pole, Valkyrie P2, Chris, Talia Tempo, Tom, Ray, Mag in P8 there as well. Really fast drivers. But we go purple in the first sector, and this is my last flying lap. So we had to get this one right, try and kick off the season with a bang, but just jumped on. Normally I can't make it on Thursday night, it's a bit hectic for me, but we managed to sort something out, and yeah, just jumped on and we gave it a go, because I've always loved Road Atlanta, one of my favourite tracks on the game. Awesome, especially in the GR4 cars, it always creates really close racing. So we come to the second sector, we've got a decent exit out that last corner onto the straight, and we're actually 2 tenths up on pole position. So we come to literally the last braking zone, and kind of took this a little bit maybe conservative, so knowing that I had 2 tenths in the bag. Not the best run through the chicane, but tried to keep it planted and hope for a decent exit. But nevertheless, we come across the line and we just snatch pole position by 0.02 of a second. Fantastic. And there's only what, 44 seconds to go, so everyone else is on their last lap. But luckily, managed to hold it. Look at the top, look how close that is. Really close racing, absolutely brilliant. So managed to get pole position, first pole of the season, first pole for RTR racing as well. And also my first standing start I've done on this game for probably about 8-9 months. So we're going to get an absolute shocker. Wheel spin galore in first gear, so I'll move it to second, but lose all the drive. Valkyrie snatches P1. So yeah, what an absolute shocking start. It's 35 laps, you know, it's a long race, so we'll see what happens. We've got Valkyrie P1, Kevin in P3, so we're in a bit of a Dutch sandwich at the minute. Some really fast drivers, as I said before. So come to the second lap, first corner, and follow Valkyrie, and watch it just goes wide, and it's such an awkward corner that is. Almost following him, he goes off wide right into the barrier, and that corner is such an awkward corner. It kind of sucks you in. It kind of just tightens up on the exit. We can see it from right on board with Valkyrie. Yeah, we've all done this before. I've done this so many times on this track. But plants it in fourth gear, there's a bit of a squiggle on, and just catches the dirt in the outside tyre, and that could have ended a lot worse, to be honest. Come off quite well there, all things considered. But if you look here, we almost follow him in. We've got 2 wheels onto the grass, and a bit of a wiggle on. Just managed to hold it. But that could have ended up in disaster on lap 2 for us. But right now we don't really know what kind of strategy that everyone's running. We've started on the soft tyres, so we need to try and build some kind of gap to Kevin. We're not sure what kind of tyres Kevin's on. So medium, is he on soft? But he goes for the move down the inside, and I brake as late as I can, get how close that is. Really awesome races, and this is what we want, and this is why I joined RTR, and I'm glad they accepted me in their team as well, because this is what we want: clean, close racing. That's what it's all about. In the league races like this, to put daily races to shame, because you get so many bad drivers in daily races. But this is what we want: clean, fast, fun and hard racing. We just managed to hold P1. So skip forward to lap 11. We've built a little bit of a gap now. As you can see, my tyres, front left tyre is pretty much dead. So again, all new to this strategy in fuel. I don't normally do long races, so I thought, right, we're going to have to pit now. I can't really sit in another lap and go to the pit lane. I actually missed it completely. What an absolute tool. I've given up 2.5 second lead, and Kevin goes past. But I had to give that up. Otherwise, if you go in the pits and cross that line, you come out and get a 3-second penalty, as I found out when I did my qualifying lap originally. But you can see from on board with Kevin, I go and had to bail last minute, so Kevin comes around the outside, and I'm like, oh my god, what an absolute nightmare. So yeah, very race rusty, and I've not been racing all week as well, so yeah, so deep. And we see Kevin pushing it, all 4 wheels off the grass there, and I'm quite surprised that he never got a penalty for that. I'm not quite sure what the restrictions are there, but I'm pretty sure when I've done that before, I've got a penalty. But nevertheless, we've got dirty tyres. But I was surprised that no penalty was given. My front left tyre now, you can see, it's absolutely gone. And again, I've not really had experience running any kind of tyre wear with this kind of strategies in soft tyres or medium. So we thought, you know, we've got to run. We're going to go for the gap. We're going to go for it, even though we're going to quit this lap. But we can't afford to be held up because we've got tempo lurking in P3. But we managed to get the move done on Kevin. And this time, hopefully no mistakes in the pit lane. Take it really, really easy. Make sure we do not cross that line. It's probably the worst pit entry in any course. It's an absolute nightmare. But here's the move again. Nice and clean, right down the inside. Give each other just enough room, nice and easy. And then make our way into the pits. So we've had a decent first stint on softs. And this is when I think, well, you know what? We didn't really have any gap to Kevin whatsoever. We kind of gave up a 2.5 second lead. And with my tyres being dead and tempo follows me into the pits, I'm assuming he's on soft as well. And then I'm thinking, well, okay, so Kevin must be on medium tyres. He's got a longer stint. He can't do any more than at least 1 or 2 laps if he's on soft tyres, as we add fuel to the car as well. I did, I think, 3 or 4 litres of fuel just to make sure that we can make it across the line. If we can't the pits, we get Italia right behind us. So we pitted the lap before. Now he's on mediums, we're on mediums, but we've got cold tyres, and you can see as we come out the pits, he's right behind us, and his tyres are obviously a lap warmer. She's got a bit more tire temperature and a bit more grip. And you can see we are struggling a little bit now to try and keep him behind us, and he's all over the back of us. But we can't push too hard on these medium tyres. We've got to last now till lap 35, and again, like I said, I'm not sure how long these are going to last. Or fuel we know we're okay with, but tyres, yeah, it's an anomaly. I'm not really sure how these are going to go, so I've got to try and look after these. So I'll pull up in this corner in third gear, get a bit of a slide on, which isn't ideal, but you know, we'll help the tyre temperatures, but not ideal for tyre wear. But you can see myself and Natalia have an awesome battle. But this is for position, this is for on-track position, because we know who's behind us and he pitted. So you get a bit of an undercut, to be honest, because he was a few seconds behind, but you can see we've got quite a powerful undercut, because we made those mistakes coming into the pits. But he's right behind us. I have to go defensive because he will go for the move into turn 1. And again, you don't really want to be on the outside in turn 1 because that is a nightmare, as we've seen what happened to Valkyrie. But we just managed to hold position. He tries to go for the move there, look, but we're driving quite defensive. But we don't want to drive too slow and slow each other down. Again, we've got tempo right behind as well. So any mistakes in tempo is going to nail us as well. But we're just going to make sure we drive nice and smooth. Don't panic. Nice and smooth. Hit your braking points, your turning points. And just be very, very careful with these penalties on this track as well. But you can see how close we are. So I need the confidence in this tie-in. You can see lap 14 we go forward to. Tom falls over into the pits. He's had a good stint on the medium tyres, but we've managed to pull about a 2.5 second gap to Italia behind. Now we've got that bit more confidence in that medium tyre. So captain slowly there goes in the pits as well. He's had a good stint on the medium tyre, puts us there back into a podium position in P3. So this is the one we were looking for. Kevin pits on lap 23, and he's on the medium tyre obviously. So he's going to have an awesome run now on softs. So all I'm hoping for really is that he gets held up. He goes down to P5. Not really sure where he came out or how far it was behind us. But lap 23, you've got Raymag in the lead. He's had an awesome stint on the medium tyre, and he pulls off to get a fresh set of soft tyres on. So yeah, so this is lap 28, and look at the ground that Kevin's made up. I mean, he's on soft tyres, and myself, Italia and Tempo were all on mediums. So you're looking around a second and a half, a lap faster, and there's no chance we're going to keep him behind. So I mean, I still try and fight as much as I can, but there's no point in losing time. Like I said, we've got Italia behind and Tempo, so there's no point in us battling, end up making a silly mistake and going wide and going off the track. So I decided just to let him go onto the straight. He kind of fight the lose battle, to be honest, and he's a really, really fast driver as well. So I let him have the inside line, thinking, well, I'll just follow his lines. Hopefully he can pull us along, try and stay in the slipstream if we can, which is pretty much impossible. But we've got a little bit of a gap behind as well, so I think Italia made Tempo I'm not sure, but maybe they were fighting, but he had about a 5.5 second gap, which is absolutely brilliant. But you can see onto the final lap, the tyres are absolutely dead, so I've been short shifting in the corners to try and reduce that tyre wear. But that is it. Just navigate the last couple of corners, and we come across the line to take P2, which I'm absolutely, over the moon with, to be honest. My first proper RTR race and the first race of the season. So if you like that, like and subscribe to my channel, and congrats to Kevin and Talia and the rest of the team. Thanks for having me in your team, and here's to many more great races. That's me, guys. I'll see you next time. Laters.